going to give Dedede the tools to be able to fight back against Lucina, and especially if Stretch misses the mark on any type of punish on landing. Because when you're whiff punishing Lucina, like with as Dedede, that's a ton of ground that you're covering back to bring back to an even battle. Because where Stretch may have the tools to consistently win out in neutral, Dedede's going to leave a mark when he hits.
For sure. Yeah, so it's just up to Stretch to be able to optimize that advantage state and for Atomsk to not overextend, just to be able to bait those uppies out of this advantage that Stretch uses to be able to get out of bad positions. What a landing mix-up. That is hammer hit into Gordo. That is 30%. That is down throw failure. That is 54%. And climbing.
Yeah, now the value of Dolphin Slash in this I feel like Dolphin Slash and Fair are going to be Stretch's lifelines and being able to take back games and assert them from Atomsk. Like relying on those swift buttons and the reversal opportunity that Dolphin Slash provides is going to be super important.
Who is able to find that grab, going to be setting up an edge guard, but it's a little bit difficult to actually find those offstage Gordos against Lucina. She has a hitbox above her, always keeping her safe in the form of uppy. Wow. That's it.
Yeah, broken shield. Goodbye.
Yeah, people are popping off behind me. Style Island really pulling through. Up tilt is going to be able to find that stock. So Stretch just walks up slowly, walks up menacingly. Oh no.
He's fine, but that was a pretty rough situation to me.
Yeah,
he's fine, but like still at what cost? Like playing around off stage, especially bereft of options like that, is extremely risky for Atomsk. And given that like it's already an uphill battle, he can really afford those kind of situations.
Stretch's spacing and movement there was just so ambiguous. Atomsk was definitely just prepared for a landing forward or back air, but Stretch completely mixed it up, drifted away, and down air. And as a result, he was able to space himself so safely, catching that jump from ledge. And now that is Atomsk up 2 stocks to 1.
Oh, the back air just barely managed to outrange that forward air, but really wonky situation at the ledge over here. This is a good opportunity for Stretch to be able to take things back, but can't seem to lock down Dedede.
And that is now Stretch's own hitbox, so he has to armor through it. He has to go for a beefy uppy there, but Stretch, understanding that situation so well, he knew what Atomsk needed to do to get back onto the stage and was able to punish it beautifully.
Airs are rolling, but it's not enough to really keep down Atomsk. I'm very surprised that Atomsk is able to confidently move around on the stage.
Finds that down throw fail, catching that DI in. And now that is Atomsk controlling the stage, crossing up with the directional air dodge. Stretch finds himself back onto center, but for how long?
You know, these risky nairs from Stretch, I think, are just not the move. He needs to try and slow down the pace a little bit more to his favor and deal with the onslaught of Gordos.
Oh no, that is such a dangerous Gordo, but the directional air dodge from Stretch was so smart, is able to circumvent it and no longer has to worry about that as an option. This is where Atomsk gets a little bit scary, able to lock Stretch into shield. That is Lucina with no double jump, but a little bit too far back to find F tilt, but catches that roll in. Beautiful stuff from Atomsk game 1.
The conditioning of Gordo to lock out movement options from Lucina was just phenomenal. And the fact that that Gordo stuck on the ledge was actually the nail in the coffin for Stretch, because it forced him to exhaust all of that control he had off stage, immediately lost it, and was not able to find proper landing at the end of the interaction.
Oh, for sure. So going into game number 2, gotta say Atomsk just did a really good job of catching a lot of Stretch's movement options. He was able to execute that win con once again, which is getting him off stage and finding that ledge trap.
We're bringing ourselves back to small battlefield for game 2, and I feel like that's fine and dandy. Stretch was playing out the stage really well, but he's got to figure out ways to keep Atomsk in place. You'd think that with there not being a lot of real estate on small battlefield, it wouldn't be too difficult to keep the king in place.
Yeah, no, not at all, but I just feel like Atomsk has just been using the space to his advantage. He has been finding all of these jump-ins on Stretch, especially mixing up his timings with inhales. Oh, wow. You gotta respect that move. That is not a move you can punish out of shield, especially if it's an F-smash.
Oh, Atomsk risking stage control, trying to find an early kill with the back air. don't exactly agree with it, but given how much damage he was able to rack up and keep control of the stage, I think it's fine and dandy, especially as we bring ourselves right over to the other ledge.
Vertical Gordo in that position is so dangerous because he just consistently sits in shield, waits for Stretch's next option. He knows if he neutral get-ups, that's a grab. If he jumps, he gets hit. If he throws out a hitbox, well, Dedede shields that, and he now gets to punish them in the end lag. Atomsk's just ledge trapping flow chart is so solid. Ooh.
I feel like the best thing about it is that like Atomsk hasn't been shaken off of that particular game plan. Like he's reacting accordingly to Lucina being able to occupy space and contest Gordo and whatnot. But I feel like it's one of those things where he's so useful to, he's so used rather to how large of a character he plays and how often he has to deal with characters swinging on him that he's just so far ahead of the game when it comes to actually positioning and just going with the flow.
Oh, for sure, and an excellent landing using Inhale there. Stretch was a little bit too scared, just sitting in shield in that position. Atomsk loved the goal for him to ledge, but because he put himself in so much lag, Stretch was able to make that reversal.
One thing that I found very interesting about this set is Stretch consistently going for the Dolphin Slash above the ledge, and I feel like at no point has it actually worked out in his benefit.
Oh my, that's not how I thought that interaction would go. Oh, that was terrifying. I didn't know that Atomsk had that kind of confidence, but that is a brave man going for the down tilt like that.
He's just incredibly sure of what to do with this character. And I feel like the stage itself is really backfiring on Stretch because it seems that because it is on the smaller end of stages, Atomsk is able to position himself very quickly. And the fact that Stretch is keeping this game at an ever so slight even is really rough for him right now.
Hold on, Frank. Something happened with Dara's monitor. I'm going to fix that right now. Hold it down for a bit.
All right, so just looking down at things for how this... I can't believe how this game has been going. Like, Atomsk is already an impressive player, but there's only so many things you can do when you're put into terrible situations like that. Bonking off the little ceiling on Battlefield was exactly the situation that Stretch needed because it's bringing us right into Game 3. And it's a devastating stock to save because Atomsk had so much momentum behind him. But I have the feeling that's not going to really slow him down. Oh, I hear a bonanza on the other end. I'm excited to see what Kelvin has for us.
Fucking grand finals.
Okay, am I on?
What did Kelvin do?
Alright,
No,
so
Geo disconnected the power cable for the monitor.
It wasn't Kelvin. Kelvin was doing an incredible job.
Shoutouts to Shin Geo. Follow him for controller shit. Also messing up top 8 streams. Anyways, back to grand finals.
Back to grand finals. I have
Man,
no
ruined
idea
our
what.
crew.
Alright, Frank, I'm gonna need you to fill me in, bud. What just happened?
We saw a hell of a scramble that ended in Atomsk going really far below Battlefield, bonking his head on the ceiling of it, and losing out that Game 2. It brings us to Game 3, just like a little miracle. Stretch able to bring us to a stage where I feel like he was playing stronger. In spite of Small Battlefield being his stage pick, I feel like this is going to be a better stage for him, and it may very well be the end of the tournament if Stretch is able to take advantage of how he was able to snipe away Game 2.
Oh, gonna be setting up that tech chase, but Stretch not gonna be fully committing to covering neutral getup. Probably just wanted to look for the jab block. In that kind of a position, a really risky goal onto the stage is gonna pay off as he finds that back throw into the back heel, and just like that, Atomsk gonna be taking. Oh no! Oh, mamma mia!
Charge down smash? Okay.
In that position. In that position, Atomsk had one option. He had one choice, and that was, I need to get up attack, and anything else would have been covered by down smash effectively, so really good coverage from Stretch.
All right, I mean, it's the mile-a-minute match that we've been waiting for. Game 3 here, and Stretch needs to keep the gas going for this. I feel like if he tries to slow up, if he gives too much respect to Atomsk, he's just going to make the most out of that space and continuously box out of the sky in spaces where Stretch hasn't seemed very comfortable against Atomsk.
Well, Atomsk now just playing so patiently, going for a lot of dash shields, tries to land with Gordo, but Stretch is just going to be ready to punish that option. Love these timing
Stretch is-
mix-ups. Wow.
Yeah. Stretch is hard-pressed to really find the opportunity to really blow up on Atomsk here. Even forward smash from the opposite side of the stage, not going to be doing too much. In
Oh, what
fact,
do you
the
do?
Gordo reversing the situation.
Oh, wow. And Stretch, he could have recovered low because he wouldn't have enough distance. He had to recover from that position so he has enough horizontal drift, able to still catch Stretch from the other side somehow. And now we're on last stock. If Atomsk finds this game, that's going to be a bracket reset. If Stretch finds it, he is going to be the champion. So, oh my.
Oh, he really tried to do it to him in the worst of ways.
You know, on a stage like Yoshi's, that would have been death because of how low the bottom blast zone is. So thankfully we're on PS2 where Atomsk could still jump in time.
It's not the kind of situation you want to give to Stretch because that's total stage control. He's playing with a bit of momentum behind him.
Yep.
And look at even trying to stay aggressive but patient. He's got to pick or choose his battles here.
But gotta say, the way that Atomsk is alternating between B-reverse, inhales, and back airs is so ambiguous. He is keeping Stretch on his toes right now, and he just is not going to be able to find this corner pressure right now. There's so many big hitboxes. Such a scary position to be in.
Yeah, no, this is so rough for Stretch having to navigate because he has to pick and choose if he's going to strike at the Gordo because Atomsk is positioning himself so masterfully with back air, and in fact, it's the back air that's going to be resetting this bracket.
Atomsk is kind of nice with it. He really knows how to close off all of your options. He makes you just feel so uncomfortable. He's putting out projectiles in really uncomfortable positions. He's locking you into shield with Gordo. His ledge trapping is just absolutely phenomenal. The way that he knows how to cover everything. He sets up a vertical Gordo. He knows how to confirm off of it. He knows how to catch a next option. He always is just one step ahead of the opponent when it comes to putting them at the ledge.
What I like most about it is that Atomsk is forcing his opponents to play at his speed. Like, it's universally known at this point that Dedede is not the swiftest, but the way that he makes use of his tools and the way that he forces you to be so selective about how you land and when you press your buttons, you're effectively playing Dedede's game with how slow you're forced to play, regardless of your character's speed.
Oh, and again, all of these command grabs are so powerful from Atomsk because they're just able to catch a variety of positions and options. Jumps, spot dodges, and shields. All of them can be covered by inhale with the way that Atomsk is spacing it.
Ooh, that dash back forward smash from Stretch, trying to assert some sense of stage control. And it's funny, too, because he manages to take it back, but you wouldn't know it from looking at the percentages, nor would you know it from how comfortable Atomsk is still moving.
That dash back F smash was excellent. Stretch just recognized that situation. He knew, hey, I don't have to be afraid of landing Gordo. The Gordo's on the other side of the stage. But therein lies a lot of those ledge mix-ups once again.
Ooh, talk about mix-ups. First time we're seeing the reset with Gordo from the inhale leading into forward tilt at the ledge. Atomsk showing off that he still has plenty of tricks if he's looking to lock down the ledge against to Stretch.
Such a good position for Stretch right now, but he is not going to be able to find any of those anti-airs or juggles right now. I feel like both of these players are just so confident at the ledge in their own ways. This is where they deal like the most of their damage and find those kills. Like Stretch is not letting Atomsk get back on.
This is what we needed to see out of Stretch in Game 1. Finally an opportunity for him to have his opponent locked down, constantly getting read into little bits and pieces of damage, and losing yet another stock.
The way that, I will say this time and time again, Stretch is one of the most effective players at catching low recoveries. He knows how to track you, he understands how to move around your hitboxes, but multi-jab is going to be able to close out that stock for Atomsk. This is looking tough this game. Ooh.
Yeah, no, this is looking like a too little too late kind of situation because Stretch is still holding forward. That's 70% and counting on Atomsk, and we are just continuing to play on the ledge.
Those multi-jump inhale mix-ups, Atomsk is so tricky with those. He just catches opponents thinking, hey, I'm going to whiff punish you. I'm going to punish you out of shield, and then it never happens.
Ooh. Very interesting positioning. I don't know if Stretch wanted to go through the plat there or not.
Landing with the double jump Gordo once again. Atomsk finds his way back onto the stage. Going to be put into a tech chase, but Stretch does overextend. Missed time. What a tech.
doing what he needs to stay alive. Well, this is one thing that I've noticed has been an adaptation from the previous set towards the latter half and far into this game. Never mind.
That was
Adamus
a
is not
lot.
being able to play.
Frank, I feel like a lot has just happened.
There was a lot of things going on towards the end of that game. Like a lot at once.
This is, gotta say, man, I really do appreciate Offline Smash. Maybe not in that instance of the last stock right there, but just seeing Stretch be able to go off and edge guard people like that. This is a good video game. I'm having an excellent time watching this. So going into game number 2, man, I feel like Atomsk has just been getting shut down at the ledge so hard. Stretch has just been able to play his game so well.
Like, this is what the matchup on paper is to be expected of. Like, Stretch's speed, ability to put out buttons, neglect of Gordo. Like, this is the typical Lucina to Dedede, and the fact that Atomsk has been able to flip the script so heavily really is a mark of how good of a player he is. But I think Stretch is finally getting into position where he can play the game the way he wants. Atomsk is not slowing down, though.
Yeah, no, not at all. Atomsk keeps on trying to land with these Guardios on Stretch's shield. And honestly, I don't mind it because of the way that he is alternating with short hop inhale and with going for Guardo. So he is going to be able to catch Stretch shielding 50% of the time, is going to find that juggle, and once again, Atomsk takes that first stock.
Like, playing out the air so confidently really has been keeping Atomsk not just in a safe position with this matchup, but in command. Stretch really hasn't been able to do anything more than just Dolphin Slash out of pressure whenever Atomsk starts to go off.
But it's been working so well for him, it's going to let him get back onto the stage, understanding that Dancing Blade will not fully connect in that position. What a pivot grab, and that's going to be damage and stage control. That's no double jump. This should be the stock, but Stretch baits the high recovery, makes Atomsk go high, and then immediately fast falls and goes for an up B. Wow.
Yeah, I mixed up. Not once did he go for that situation at the ledge, and just like that, Stretch fell right into his hands. Immediate reversal, so we still see the 2-1 stock count, but this is getting played out so well by Atomsk.
Tries to up B out of disadvantage, but the multi-hit is still going to stay nice and active. That move is so disjointed. Atomsk is just able to keep himself safe throughout the duration of it. Oh my. Oh, that's a big hit.
With back air almost finding its mark too, Dara, I think I can confidently say we're going into a game 3 with the way that Atomsk is playing right now.
I've seen Stretch make the impossible happen. I've seen those shield breaks come out, but I've also seen Atomsk have just unrelenting consistency with the way that he finds these stocks. So, great coverage using down air. Stretch was anticipating a defensive option, and honestly, wow.
Yep. Atomsk and his never say die attitude brings him right into game 3 of the Reset Grand Finals.
I'm happy we get to see a lot of Dedede. Like, once again, I'm a huge fan of Dedede and Atomsk as well. So, you know, a little bit of bias for me, but yeah, I'm happy we got this many games of Dedede. This is a pretty hot set. They're both just going back and forth so often. It really feels like whoever's winning each game, it's never like close. Each one is a pretty dominant win from the other.
What I like most about this grand final set is that both players have been forced to very heavily adapt their game plans, and they're reacting so well to those adaptations.
This is a funny music choice. This is pretty funny. I appreciate this quite a bit. Able to get the grab, the down throw into the Gordo, and continues this pressure. I gotta say, watching people convert off of projectiles, especially from throws and grab releases, always some of the most exciting stuff you can see in Smash.
Yeah, no, it shows just a strong mastery of a character because you understand the arcs that these projectiles are going at, no matter how much you can modulate them. And the timing off the throws, too, just fantastic. And look how it reflects in the percentages. 117 on Stretch and counting, nearly taking out the stock, but good DI is going to be keeping him alive.
I really do like how Stretch is mixing up the timing on his get-ups from ledge. He's going through a lot of really quick neutral get-ups, which don't let Stretch, they don't let Atomsk set up Gordo the same way as he did before, but that time is going to find that down tilt and closes out that stock.
Gordo's just been putting in so much for this set. This game alone, even. I feel like Stretch really hasn't had a proper time to figure out a way to respond to the way that Gordo has been taking away space.
That's a Stretch without double jump, and Atomsk, wow. Atomsk just not going to go for an option. Stretch maybe gets a little bit too antsy with his recovery. That is a 3-1 stock lead. Game 3 of Grand Finals bracket reset. Man, if I'm Stretch, I gotta pull something fast.
I think when it comes to the game of mix-ups and like showing your hand, Atomsk has been doing a phenomenal job of making sure that Stretch doesn't catch on to all of his tricks. Because in this set, we've been seeing so many different ways that both of these players are trying out their tools.
Oh, for sure. Atomsk is just going through like all the ledge mix-ups right now, all the Guido mix-ups, like stuff that we have not seen up until this moment, which is really, really excellent on his part. But Stretch playing so patiently. You forget that F Smash has a hitbox above DDD. You really do.
Atomsk didn't forget. Ooh, a great anti. Oh, just barely missing out that pivot grab. Atomsk is in such a good position right now. I don't even know what Stretch can be doing to make this look better. He's forced to stay on the offensive, but at the same time, like he can't find the right hits to really make anything substantial.
Gets that back through for a bit of stage control. This is such a nasty position to be in. Stretch pixels away from the Guido, and that Guido is going to be able to do it. Up vertical Guido. I mean, Atomsk is the champion of Fusion. Offline number 3. I forgot the number of Fusions overall offline. Wow. Atomsk has made so many amazing adaptations to be able to get to this point. That was awesome.
Yeah, you see how hype Kelvin is? His boy took it in immaculate fashion. Let him pop. Let him be biased. Like, Atomsk fought tooth and nail to make that look good.
Yeah, Atomsk, the way that he was treating a lot of ledge trapping, a lot of his edge guarding as well, he has such a set and good understanding of his mix-ups from, once again, vertical Guido at ledge. The way that it bounces, the way that it hits his shield, he's able to find those grabs, he's able to find those conversions, and he's able to find those hits. Stretch was just struggling so much to be able to get away from the ledge. I love the like the drop-down double jump up air mix-ups that we saw last game as well. Stretch was just not ready to cover those at all. Atomsk really adapted, mixed up his game quite a bit, and I believe today's just Stretch was not able to match that.
If there's anything to learn from watching tonight's bracket, especially those grand finals, and assuming you're not playing DDD, because in the grand scheme of things, not an especially popular character, this is a great way of showcasing that as long as you're confident in your play and you're willing to really mix up your tools, you can very much... Oh, did something happen? Hello?
No, you guys are good. We're still live.
Yeah. Oh.
What the like, oh, am I gone? Is that it? Goodbye.
No, we're still chilling.
We're still good. We're still good. Just close this off.
Yeah.
Too long didn't read version. Play the characters you want. Just play them well. Atomsk showing it masterfully. But that's going to be it for us for Fusion number 77 tonight. Atomsk is your champion. Thank you for phoning me in for this one. It was fun to be able to cast even from so far away. I am one state away, but I'll be there eventually in person.
So for anybody that's not following Collision Smash on Twitch quite yet, you should go ahead and do so if you have that Prime sub. I know that we have a lot of really awesome emotes as well. You should also give the Twitter account a follow and just keep up with all the events that's happening. We all know that RJ has some stuff chefing up. Additionally, you should also go ahead and follow an incredible stream producer for today, Kelvin at Espada Hermosa, I believe on twitter.com. You can go ahead and find him there. And then once you've done all that, you should go ahead and follow my lovely, incredible co-caster, Frank, at Hangman the 12th on Twitter and on Twitch as well. He does VOD reviews. He streams a little Fire Emblem, some Pokemon as well, so keep up with his content. And then if you'd also like, I'd feel really bad if you didn't. I'm gonna guilt trip you guys into following me on Twitter as well. You can follow me at Deramgaria on Twitter and Twitch. I talk about Smash Bros. I say Pog a lot, and that's about me as a person.
And I think that's going to be doing it for the both of us tonight. Catch us here next Monday. Have a good night, everybody.